We're good.
All right, welcome to our Emerald call. We're super excited that you're here, and I know there's some brand new coaches on, so this might be just totally new concepts. There might be some people there's people from all different kinds of coaches on this call, but we want to talk about the first basically rank advancement in the business, which is called becoming an Emerald coach. It's actually extremely simple, but that's why we're going to train you in just one call so that you can go out and achieve this first rank advancement by this Thursday. So an Emerald coach just has two personally sponsored coaches underneath them. So that means that there's you on this image you see, and then you have a left leg and a right leg. You have an active coach on each leg. So these don't have to be working coaches, and they most likely will not be working coaches at first unless you happen to know someone who wants to be a working coach right away and you're like, let's do this together. But otherwise, these are most likely just going to be customers or family or friends. So the main perks of being an Emerald coach. The main reason you want to be an Emerald coach is because it unlocks a whole part of our compensation plan that you're not even getting if you haven't started rank advancing. So there's three parts of our compensation plan. The first is commissions, which are 25 to 40%, which definitely add up. But if you want to earn a full-time income or beyond, there's no way you're going to get there without starting to achieve these team cycle bonuses and later your quarterly bonuses. So the first step is just becoming an Emerald coach, which gives you access to what we call team cycle bonuses. So at an Emerald coach level, these are $14 per cycle. I'm not going to go into the details of how you cycle, but they add up quickly. And it's the first step to exponential income, because it's not, when you cycle, it's not all based on what we call volume that you have created yourself. So for example, Shakeology is a product that we sell and that coaches buy. It's called PV. So if someone buys or sells Shakeology and they are in your downline, which means you've sponsored them or someone else has placed them underneath you, that adds up to $90. Once you achieve, not $90, 90 PV. Once you get 300 PV, you cycle and you're in $14. So you can imagine that as a team grows underneath you, and there's people buying Shakeology, there's people selling Shakeology, there's people selling challenge packs, and it all starts to add up. So the reason why you want to get to Emerald as soon as possible is it's not like you're magically going to start accruing or start cycling over and over and over again right now. But the beauty is you're actually going to start accruing everything I used to be an accountant, so accrual is like a word that I use a lot. But basically just think of it as a piggy bank. You want to get to this first rank as soon as possible because you want to start building your piggy bank, and it's going to start building. Just trust me when I say you want to get there to build the piggy bank. This is also going to be public recognition. So you're going to see, like, I have two people going Emerald already on Thursday, and you're going to see me shouting them out. They're going to get that, they can share that on their social media. That shows the world that you are taking this business seriously. You have your first rank advancement, and it gives you like the confidence that you're like, okay, great. I'm starting to do this, right? We're going to go into spouse and controlled accounts later, but it gives you favorable placement of that if you're using your spouse or some kind of family member controlled account in this early amount or these early days. I'll go into that more too. And then really awesome, and this is huge right now, you guys, free leads. So right now there's hundreds and thousands and thousands of people signing up for Beachbody On Demand because of the quarantine. And a lot of them are joining through ads that Beachbody has put out there. But when they join with an ad, they get assigned a random coach, because not everyone understands that they can sign up with a Beachbody coach. They don't even know that we exist. If you can believe it, I know we all think that there's just so many of us out there and that everyone knows what it is, but so many people don't realize that. So they'll get assigned a random coach, and that coach is any Emerald coach who has hit Success Club in the last month. You'll get a free lead, and that's a free customer. And then if you hit Success Club 10 in your Emerald, you get the commission off of a challenge pack or a new Shakeology order. So say someone they go to sign up for Beachbody On Demand, they see that the challenge pack is the best deal, and they buy it, it goes to you and you get the commission. So every month I go in my back office and I have probably like 1 to 3, depends on the month, of these free sales. So like that's up to 150, sometimes even $200 of extra income, just because I'm Emerald and I'm hitting Success Club 10 regularly. So I'm going to go back and just quickly the power of that carryover volume that I mentioned. So basically, when you look in your downline, and I'm going to show you an example of this in another slide, you're going to start seeing that your coach or other coaches on your team are starting to place people below you in your, like you're going to go to your graphical genealogy in your back office, and you're going to see that other coaches are there. And you're like, who are these people? I didn't place them. That's awesome, because now you have a coach that's accruing volume underneath you. When they buy something, it's going to go into your piggy bank. Everything that they buy is their PV from that sale is going to go into your piggy bank, but that's not going to happen unless you're Emerald. Before you're Emerald, all of that money just goes away into oblivion. It doesn't ever accrue. So the sooner you get to Emerald, the better, because you're starting to accrue that money. And another reason you want to, as Kelley will talk, adding your spouse account early on is because your spouse is also going to get favorable placement. So if you add your spouse on your, like the leg where you're finding your coach and other coaches are getting added underneath you, if you add your spouse really early on to that leg, they're also going to get all these coaches underneath them. So then later you can get them to Emerald and Diamond too. And it's basically like having like double, like 2 people working for you. So that's all for this slide. So this is an example, because I know I was like, what the heck is this? So this is actually a screen share of my mom, who I placed under my husband as a coach. You can only, I quickly want to mention, you can't just go bananas and go sign up like everyone you know under your credit card, because you'll get in trouble and that's not allowed. You're allowed to have 2 people with your credit card that you sign up. So my husband, I've enrolled him, and then my mom, I didn't enroll her right away. I enrolled her later when she wanted to buy something, and I was like, let's just sign you up as a coach. And I later worked her account to Emerald, but you don't have to do that. So this is an example. So my mom is Christy Ewing. She's at the top here, and the left leg and the right leg are 2 of her personally sponsored coaches. So Sam is, you see this little PS with the circle. That's her personally sponsored coach that she placed there. And then Erin is her personally sponsored coach. You see the PS. That means that you place them there. But then you can see down here, Ashley is under here, and there's no PS because someone else placed that coach in her downline. So now my mom is accruing the volume from these sales without actually having to have recruited this person or have anything to do with them. She just earns from them. So one of the awesome things about being on a team like ours, where we have a momentum, we are growing, we are adding coaches, we are on fire, is that you get the benefit of that through all this volume. So you're not going to be able to get that until you get to Emerald. So if you're curious about your own graphical genealogy, if you just signed up like yesterday, we probably don't have anyone under you right now, because you just signed up. But you'll notice you're going to start seeing people trickling in there, most likely. Depends on where you're placed, but you're most likely going to have this. So you can go to graphical genealogy in your coach online office, and then you can go look at that and see where your preferred placement is. So this is Kelley's.
Okay, so just to reiterate something to you guys, like, I know for me, this part was like, woo, totally over my head in the beginning, because I'm like, left leg, right leg, genealogy, like, what is this? So you might be thinking the same thing. You're not supposed to know that right away. So don't worry. We will help you. Your PS coach, your personally sponsored coach, will help you. And if you're like, hey, I'm in my back office, which one's my strong leg? Which one's my, weak leg? And like Nicole said, you're going to be able to see who's placing coaches underneath you that are not yours. That is always going to be your strong leg. So like Nicole said, that's why it's good to be on a team who you have working coaches above you, because you're always going to get that volume that's going to be placed underneath you to help create more volume, which means higher paychecks if you're working the business. So why sign a spouse, partner, or controlled account? And when I started, I was told to sign up my husband, Nick. And I said something to Nick about it. He's like, I don't want to coach. Why would I want to sign up? I'm like, well, no. You don't need to work the business, Nick. It's just, I need to put you in early so you can be on top of my organization. And so I didn't really do anything with Nick's account except order product underneath him because he was starting to drink my Shakeology. He was starting to have my products, and we need to order 2 anyway of Shakeology and a few other things. So I signed up Nick underneath me, and I think it was my mom or maybe another coach that wanted the discount. That's how I got to Emerald. But basically, you guys, the benefit of having your spouse is because it's a controlled account. And if and later, which is what I've done, and I'll show you, grow not only your own account, but then when you start growing your husband's account, if you want to get it to a certain rank, and then you get to certain income, you're going to start cycling in that business center as well. So you can just look at it as there's more than one way to earn an income with our compensation model. So the key is to build it like anything, right? Is to build long-term income and controlling your rank down the line. So I always looked at it like, well, I'm not going to build Nick right away, but I'm going to place him underneath me. So he's one of my controlled accounts so I can get to Emerald as quickly as possible. And then I either sign up my mom, and she's actually a coach underneath me too, because she signed up for Shakeology. She's still been on it for 5 years. And then I started signing other coaches up who either one wanted to come in for the discount or wanted to work the business. But so by placing your spouse controllable account ASAP under your strong leg, which, like I said, the strong leg is going to where you're going to see multiple other coaches being placed underneath you, and we will go over that with you with your personally sponsored coach if you can't figure that out. And like I said, you want them to be in your downline kind of right away because you want to take advantage of that volume. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys an example, and I know Nicole's going to move it to the next slide. So this is an example, actually this last week, of what my earning was, okay? And I wanted to show you guys this. And this is like, yes, me showing you what the potential is and why we wanted to put this out there, because when you see this, this is in the back office, and it was for the week of ending 4/22, okay? And for commission, retail commission, which is what you're going to be doing in the beginning, is selling challenge packs, selling the all access or just the all access package, perhaps. Either way, that right there, you guys, is all I made in that week. I'm not saying all, but it was $104, okay? So that's why we call, or what network marketing kind of is in a way, they say, oh, it's life by design, because guess what? If you don't have a great week of selling product and retail, it's okay, because you have developed a team underneath you who is also creating volume. And so when you look down at subscription commission, which is actually pretty large, 236, those are all people who are just auto renewing on probably the $99 all access membership, even the 3-month bod perhaps, or the 6-month bod. And when you look below that team bonus, that is where you'll see the highest amount in this whole, in my weekly paycheck. And that just shows you guys the power of developing a team and growing a team underneath you. Even if you're like, I don't know how to do that. I don't have anyone that wants to work the business. You guys, we all started somewhere and from ground zero. I sure did. And like I said, I had Nick, I had my mom, and then my sister. And then I gradually started getting more comfortable with talking about not only the discount with Shakeology, but also the business opportunity. Matching bonus. So matching bonus is, what is matching bonus again? I'm blanking on it.
That's you get, once you become a diamond coach, you get 10% of, like,
Oh,
if whatever my team cycle is.
oh yeah, so I get 5. I think it's 5% if you're a Ruby coach, which we don't even talk about Ruby because that's that in between Emerald and Diamond. And then you get 10% of your PS coaches, so my personally sponsored coaches, team cycle bonus. So like Nicole is a Diamond coach, Kim, who's on here, is a Diamond coach. So I'm going to get 10% of their team cycle bonus. Okay, so that's actually pretty awesome if you could see that. And then below that, let's see, what else is there? Oh, fast start bonus. So fast start bonus is when you sign someone up, sign a coach up with a challenge pack. Okay. So this is not to overwhelm you. This is just to simply show you guys that why it's important to grow a team and to get to Emerald. We're not saying you got to grow this huge team right now. That's the long-term vision, but short-term vision is just to look at it as, okay, I just got to take baby steps to get there. And that's how you develop team cycle bonus. So I'm going to show also Nick's on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is only Kelley's first business center. She has a second business center and she has Nick's account. So you add up 3 different accounts to get to your weekly income. So this is just like a portion of her weekly income.
Yeah, so I'm not even showing my second business center, but I'll, I'll go into that and how I got there, how you open up a second business center, because that is important. That's what we always strive to do. And then Nicole, you want to go to the next slide for Nick's, or is this Nick's? Oh, it is Nick. Okay. So, so this is just an example to you guys. So I'll explain the second business center. So first of all, like I said, I wanted to get Nick to Diamond, and he was Diamond at the end of the year. And then I'm not really focusing on him right now as much as my own business center. And then also my second CBC, which is my second business center. What that means, you guys, is that, hi, I'm Kelley. I can just ×2 myself and put it in my downline. So I'm able to create double the volume by opening up that second business center on one of my legs, right or left, what I decide to do. And the way that you can do that is once you hit 2-star diamond, meaning you have a diamond on this leg, and then you have a diamond on that leg. Okay. So it has to be equal 1-on-1. Once you do that, that is really when you're going to see the benefits of our compensation plan. So I'm not showing my second CBC. Maybe that's something that we could add next time, but it just shows though, you guys, that even when I started to work Nick's account, and I do have mainly discount coaches. I don't have a big team underneath Nick, and I still made for the week $239, which heck, that's not with me even doing any retail sales. That's 0 retail sales under him. And that's just the volume that my team had accumulated just under Nick. Okay. And then how to stay active. So this is something that a lot of new coaches ask, because let's say you're like, oh, I don't really need to be on Shakeology every single month. And we know that happens. You go on vacation, you get busy, but you want to stay active. And and this is kind of a blurred visual. We try to find the best one, but that's the beauty of Beachbody nowadays, is that there are such a wide variety of products to choose from. So we recommend at least being at 50 personal volume points to stay active, which is usually about $50 worth. However, if you're like me and you love Shakeology, which hopefully you do, it's 90 PV. So you will have no problem staying active every single week. And then that's how you become eligible for Success Club and some of the other perks, is when you're 90 personal volume points. So when you look down here, when people are like, well, I don't need Shakeology this month. Well, that's fine. Why don't you order the Beach Bars? Have you tried those? What about Energize? My favorite pre-workout, and I think our whole team is on that. So there are plenty of ways to stay active. But like I was saying, you want to make sure that you maintain that, as an active coach, so you get the benefits of, being eligible for Success Hub and getting your team cycle bonus as well.
Okay, so I am up. So steps to get to Emerald. Enroll a controllable account. So as both Kelley and Nicole have mentioned, this can be a spouse, your partner, a parent, or a sibling. And the way you want to enroll them is with a challenge pack, because that way you will get commission. You'll get that fast start bonus because they're enrolling as a coach, and you'll also get 2 Success Club points. So for all of you on this call, your goal is probably to hit Success Club this month and achieve Emerald. And those 2 points will help you get there. You want to enroll them on your strong leg. If you have questions on this at all, just ask your personally sponsored coach. But again, as Kelley mentioned, it's going to be the one that has either coaches placed underneath them. You can also look at volume, because under the volume, it would show some sort of volume on one side typically, and then 0 on the other, especially if you're brand new. But if you have any questions at all about what your strong leg is, just talk to one of us. We're happy to help. And then you can enroll another customer or another controllable account. So same with me. My husband was one of my very first coaches. I think Kelley was actually my very first. And then Dan was my second. But this could be your mom, your dad, your best friend that you're like, hey, let's do this together, and get them enrolled. It can be a discount coach, or it could be someone that you're like, you would do amazing at this. I want you as part of my team. Let's run with this. And they can start as a business builder as well. And again, just get them enrolled the exact same way that you got started. Challenge pack. Or if it's a spouse account, the one thing I wanted to mention is some people say, well, my husband doesn't drink Shakeology or whatever, but I know that that coach is drinking Energize, is drinking Recover, and Shakeology for themselves. So what you can do is you keep Shakeology on your account, your primary account, to keep your 90 PV, and then you could put the Energize and Recover on your husband's to keep that one active as well. So I think that's it for that one. Okay, and so this one is big too, because a lot of times people think, I don't know if I can find working coaches. And once again, my husband has never touched his account. He doesn't even know what his login is. I have to be like, forward me emails, please. I need this. I need to change your login. But then some people have it where they like, there's top spouse couples in the network that they both run the business, and it's amazing and super cool. But it can be just to help your business advance. And then there's discount coaches. So these are people that are purely doing it because they want to save money on their products. And that is how I started. That is how Kelley started. I told my coach, I don't want to coach anyone. I don't want to do anything. And here I am 5 years later. But the way that I share it with people is when I'm enrolling them, most people are doing this not for a quick fix. And Beachbody is not about a quick fix. So that is why I love it so much. But you say to them, hey, so your plan is that this is like a lifestyle change. You're going to be in my group for a full month, hopefully beyond. So we're going to get you on Shakeology. And by enrolling as a coach, you save 25% off all your products. So starting month 2. So there's this $15.95 per month coaching fee, but because of the 25% off, they actually will save about $16 per month on Shakeology compared to just a customer. And so in my email with them, once they figured out which challenge pack they want, I say, if it's okay with you, I'm going to enroll you as a coach, and this is why. And I just say that they also get added into our coach community page. They get to hear about early access to like new programs. They can come to local events if they want to, and they have the opportunity to grow a business if they want to in the future or right away. Some people say, I don't want to coach. I don't want to do anything. And so you can say, you don't have to ever sell anything. But when people start seeing how like amazing your results are, and they come to you and say, what the heck are you doing? You can enroll them and you could earn a commission. So I, this month, have been just telling people that, and I have only had one person that didn't want to do it because they didn't want to put in their social security number. But I've enrolled 11 coaches just in this month and 9 in the last week. And mostly because like I personally, I want to save money, and I want everybody else to save money too. I want them to be a part of our team and see our team and community, whether it's to become like a lifer and they love the products, or to build a business of their own. We do have examples for the discount coach invites in our Google Drive. Today I did a call on recruiting or a live on recruiting, and I shared some of my example invites, and then I'll share the email snippet that I forgot to put in the comments below. You can also share this visual with them, which just shows the savings that they save regardless. And then an added perk is that for anyone that's active military, like retired military or the spouse of an active military, they get their coaching fee waived. And so they just get 25% off all the products. So if you have a network of military people, this is like a huge, huge benefit. They have to stay active in order to continue to get the discount. But yeah, that's an amazing perk. Okay, so how to enroll a coach. Share a cart is the easiest way to do that. So I always, in my email, I find out their first and last name they want for the account, their email, which challenge pack they're getting, and then you go to share a cart and you put in their information and you click, there's customer on the left, coach on the right. So you click coach. And you enroll them. When they enroll with the challenge pack, the $40 coach enrollment fee is waived. And they'll be immediately considered an active coach, which helps you become Emerald that much faster. If they don't enroll with the challenge pack, they're going to be charged the $40 enrollment fee. But if it's someone that was a customer that got a challenge pack last month, for example, you're converting them to a coach. They can fill out a form that gets that $40 refunded almost immediately after they fill the form out. But they won't be active until their next order of at least 50 personal volume points shipped. So it's really beneficial to you too to enroll them with a challenge pack because they don't have to worry about that $40 at all. And you'll also get the Success Club points and they'll become active immediately. And then if you enroll, sponsor 5 new coaches in a 5-week period, you also get an added bonus that's an extra $100. So under the Fast Start bonus that Kelley showed you that she had some on for enrolling a new coach, there's also a Fast Start Plus bonus. So you get this $100. And then, okay, so action steps to take now today. So we have Thursday is when rank advancements switch over. So our goal for all of you, and the reason I'm guessing you're on this call is because you want this to happen by Thursday. So the steps to take now is to enroll your controllable account on your strong leg. Any person, if you're a coach that's been doing this for a little bit longer, you have anybody that's bought a challenge pack from you in the past, contact them and say, hey, like, I know you're loving your Shakeology. Do you want to save money on your future months? I'd love to have you join this. Have you considered coaching? Always bring up coaching and, spread belief into them of why they could do it and how they've been amazing in your challenge group. And if nothing else, they at least get a save as a discount coach, or you can call it preferred membership, whatever you want to call it. Again, offer the opportunity to enroll as a coach or preferred membership to all new Challenge Pack customers. And all you have to do is enroll 2 people, guys. And a lot of times this is people's mom and their husband, or husband and their best friend, or partner and their best friend. It really is just a decision and being like, who do I want at the top of my organization? Probably a spouse and maybe a family member. And you just need to remember that you always have to keep the controllable accounts active by maintaining at least 50 personal volume. And this is like collagen plus energizer, easy combo, or beach bars. And if you haven't tried some of these things, try them because they're amazing and awesome. I have like seriously everything that you can have on HD.
Kim.
Okay, I'm taking this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Hey, everybody. So I just want to touch on what would come next because, as Shannon said, Emerald is simply a decision. It literally could happen for you in the next 24 hours. Like, if you have one person already signed up, you will find your person for the second. And once you've done that and you are continuing to start to see your bonuses and that volume accrue and those $14 paychecks start to kind of double and add up as you put in the effort and your team grows, then this is Diamond is the next step. And we're not going to get too much into detail for it, but basically it's just growing your team, and that can be your team of discount coaches, and then you're definitely going to have a couple people who are like you and at least want to be an Emerald coach and see those benefits that we've talked about. So the difference is when you get to the Diamond rank, the perk is that your cycle bonus goes up a little bit more. So you'll see instead of $14, it's going to be $18. And then like Kelley mentioned and Nicole mentioned, there is then that 10% that you get back when your personally sponsored coaches are doing really well and hitting Success Club and growing their team. You're going to start to get a little bit of that percentage in your paycheck. And the other really cool thing is that you're going to be in the top 1% of this company, which honestly, it's awesome. I know that when I got to that step, it just made me feel so proud and so much more kind of solidified in the fact that I truly was running a business and bringing in an income for my family. And that's what's so fun about knowing that there is so much more coming your way when you're ready for it. So don't worry too much about it, but just know that that would come next for you. And then kind of want to wrap this up, but we as a team have grown so much in the last few years. And it's so important to us that one of the things we do throughout the year is we get together in person for the Super Saturday events, for Summit, which is normally in the summertime, and Success Club trips. And then this is coming up this year. And for all of us who have sadly had to cancel so many Beachbody related trips this year, we're really excited and hopeful that this one's going to happen. It is our Diamond Retreat, which is in November of this year. We're teaming up with our entire Diesel Nation team, so it's huge. If you're familiar with Christina Delgado, who did a call for us last week, she is kind of the top of our upline, and she's amazing. And so we're going to have, a really not small but not huge group, because it's the elite group of people who have advanced to diamond and above to come. So you guys can be there. I know some of us have already booked our airfare. And so what it is, it's a retreat for 4 nights in Florida. We're going to be staying in this private house that you can see the picture of. We're going to be getting training. We're not just going there to party, but that will be part of it. So trainings, super trainers are coming. We're going to be kind of learning from the best of the best in our company. And in order to get there, you just have to start kind of pushing yourself to hit those markers. So the qualification for our team, and we know you guys can do this, it's not impossible, is that you need to hit diamond and hold it for 6 consecutive weeks. So you've got to hit it, I think we wrote here by August. No, well, you got to qualify by July. So then you have the 6-week period to hold it through basically the end of August. And I just can't even tell you guys how amazing these events and retreats are. You end up coming back with so much life and fire in you, and ideas and ways to approach your business, and not just your business, but your own personal life and journey of what you're doing every day. The impact is huge. I tell everybody it's like the best adult girls weekend you can imagine when you do retreats, much like Summit is. So dream big, put it on your vision board, put it on your goal list. Don't think that you can't be there, because as we've mentioned, just so you know, Diamond is 4 coaches on your left leg, 4 coaches on your right leg, and an emerald and an emerald, okay? Active coaches, but you can do that. So if you're gonna go big and want to be in on this, let your personally sponsored coach know, because we want to hold you accountable. We want to help you get there and take the steps to advance. And we're just really excited. So as much as we've talked about Shannon booked her flight, I booked my flight. As much as we've talked about the compensation plan, I would really stress that money is awesome. Yes, it's something we need, but what's even better is the growth that I think every single one of us has gotten out of owning our business, being a coach who is proud of being a coach and changing lives. It's pretty exciting. So that's, in a nutshell, everything you need to know for now. And step 1 is Emerald. That is a decision. It is not a negotiable. It's a decision you will do. So thanks for being on the call, and I'll just let Kelley take over.
I was going to share something really quickly because my success partner actually asked me to look how many leads I've got this month. And I looked on Saturday, and I had 40 this month. You guys, that's 40 brand new customers that signed up on Beachbody On Demand. and they're free customers. And what we do as coaches, what I do anyways, is I send them an email that has like a welcome video of, hey, I'm Shannon, I'm your free coach. You had no idea you were going to get me, but here I am. A lot of times people won't respond, but I had 2 this weekend that responded back. And one guy was like, I need a nutrition plan. I want the shakes. Like, I want to lose weight. I have 5 kids, which was kind of ironic because I have 5 kids too. But the other lady is like a clinical psychologist married to a surgeon, and said she like has never had time for herself and really wants to get on track. And so these are people that I never would have been connected with. And you only get those unlocked if you're an Emerald coach and you're hitting Success Club. So huge perk. And then on top of that, like Nicole said, then you get, so those people, you don't get commission on their first order, but then you do every subsequent order. I have this one lady that she'll put in like $400 of Shakeology, and she has a do not contact on her thing, but you still get commission on it. So it's really like the most amazing time to be an Emerald coach and hit Success Club, because there are so many people enrolling for Beachbody on demand right now and Shakeology, because they need a solution during this time. And it's going to be like your job to keep them as lifers and give them the best experience.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think right now, you guys, like all of you that are here, you're in such a good time. And I know when I first started, I was like, oh, I'm sure everyone's heard of Beachbody. Like, no, I can't tell you even now to this day when I'm out and about, well, not as much out and about anymore, but just in general, like when someone messages me on Instagram or, just anywhere, I'm like, well, I'm assuming they've heard of Beachbody and they know what I'm doing. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. So I just want you guys to know too, like there is just so much opportunity, not just with your warm market and your friends, but you have to be willing to put that invite out there. And Shannon's done a really good job with adding a lot of discount coaches. And you know what? I started as a discount coach. So that just shows that any discount coach that you bring on, when they get into our community and they get part of like just our sisterhood and our team and the bonding and all that, like the accountability, the community, what people really need right now to at least get through my day at least, that could be the fact for someone else that you bring on, and they might really need this. So don't ever discredit someone that might come on as a discount coach. And with that being said, do you guys have any questions? We'll open it up. And then of course, reach out to your PS coach for more info, and if not, we'll wrap it up. We didn't want to take this too long, so. All right, I'm assuming that we're good.
Can you do a picture?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. Boomerang.
Yeah, if you're new coach, you take